But he said, I didn't know there was a special Veterans Day for Vietnam. There has been since 1973, essentially, because that was the big welcome home day, the Vietnam War commemoration. We got POWs home. We still have a lot of MIAs still to be accounted for over the years. But Kirby Horrell is a good friend of mine who I've gotten to know through the Saved in America organization fighting human trafficking. And Kirby is a former Navy SEAL. You got Vietnam ties all over the place. First of all, tell us what this day means to you, even if people said, we have a Vietnam Veterans Day, didn't know that. What strikes your heart today?
Yeah, Mark, it's a special day for all of us because it's kind of a welcome home day for us. I mean, at the end of the Vietnam War, a lot of us never got the recognition of a veteran going to Vietnam. I mean, we got a lot of other things that we didn't really want.
Well, talk a little bit about, I mentioned that in the first segment. You didn't exactly get a welcome home parade, and it wasn't until about 1991, after Desert Storm, that I started seeing the Vietnam veterans get applause from people along the streets on Broadway downtown here, for example, even in a military town. It took that long to start getting some better support.
Some better recognition, yeah. I think, is what we're looking for. We just wanted to be recognized that we did go to war for our country, even though the war was very unpopular. And we found out later on that it was more of a political thing than something where we were going over trying to save democracy. And we lost a lot of lives. I mean, the wall in Vietnam is a sad story all its own about all the people that gave their lives over in Vietnam. And it turned out to be something that it took a long time for the nation to heal. And we're still kind of going through that. That's why I'm glad to see that we have a day for the Vietnam veterans. And everybody's trying, not everybody, but a lot of people are trying to keep it alive and show the people that went to Vietnam that they appreciated what they did, the sacrifice they made for their country. And a lot of us have, brought back a lot of things. I mean, a lot of my buddies that are still dying on a regular basis because of Agent Orange, which is a horrible, horrible way to die. So,
and again, that was used for people who don't know the history. That was used, it was a thing that was supposedly all just fine, part of the horrible nature of warfare. But it was unfortunately the evil gift that kept on giving, health-wise, for people who served.
Yeah. Well, they built it to defoliate the canals over there because the Viet Cong would ambush you from the side of a canal because there was so much vegetation you couldn't see them. And they started using this Agent Orange to spray along the side of the canals, and people were still underneath of it when they were being sprayed. Yes. And so a lot of the effects that came from that, and it was horrible because it multiplied itself in many different ways, not only in cancer, but child deformalities that children got from their fathers, and it was a horrible, horrible thing, and people are dying from it today. I just lost another buddy yesterday that had cancer from Agent Orange that was used in Vietnam. So I'm glad that the VA recognizes it, and the VA has gone full circle. When we first got home from Vietnam, the VA was not a working organization that benefited the veterans. It was more hassle than anything else. But today, the Veterans Administration is taking wonderful, wonderful care of the veterans that we have.
As they
Vietnam.
should. Yeah. Absolutely.
They're doing a wonderful job, Mark.
Yeah, and there was a wonderful thing. I mentioned this earlier at the start of the show this hour, that there was a lot of good that came out of all the bad. I mean, we had a lot of wonderful Vietnamese refugees that came here. Many of them are my friends, many based up in Huntington Beach. We had all of the resettlement camp or temporary camps up at Camp Pendleton. Early 73, we've got this thing. They say, okay, it's over. We start bringing back POWs, and then in February we had this wonderful thing that happened. Admiral Stockdale coming coming back and so forth. Jack Inch, you have Southwick, many of these people I've known, all of them, as a matter of fact, as you have, over the years coming back to Miramar, and then decades go by. I even found an article a minute ago here, actually earlier today, Kirby, about how you, as a CO, a Master Chief Special Warfare Operator, you had the honor of being the last active Navy SEAL to have served in combat operations during Vietnam when you retired in Coronado back several years ago in 2014. So this is, that's 10 years ago. It's amazing.
Yes, it's not bad. Well, let me say, I've lost a little bit of speed in all those years. Mark.
I'd still trust you to run interference if I got into trouble, buddy.
But it was it was a marvelous career, and it's still going on. I mean, the honor flight is taking us back to D.C. at the end of April, which is going to be fantastic. That organization is wonderful. The people I've met from that organization
going to the memorials, to see the memorials in D.C. That is awesome.
Absolutely. I've seen the wall maybe too many times because I went there to pay my respects to all the friends that I lost over there. But we'll see it at a different light, and the rest of the memorials and monuments that we will see back there. It'll be a wonderful trip. I'm excited about it.
And I think it's especially moving to see that. When I first saw it, they had just installed it years ago. I've been back many times, but to see it the first time at night was especially overwhelming because I lost a couple of friends. Some of my buddies had older brothers and lost them. And we've had this mobile version of the wall that's been here in El Cajon over the last few days as well.
Yes.
So lots going on. Kirby, I appreciate you sharing that. Happy Vietnam's Veterans Day to you, even though so much of Vietnam's experience in the war was not happy, but a lot of happiness out of that. Out of the pain came some great gain, and you're one of the big stars. So appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Take care.
And anytime, Mark.
All right.
Thank you, and thank your listeners.
Kirby Horrell, who works now with SavedInAmerica.org on human trafficking, and I am involved with him as well. He's the real deal. Really is amazing. Another real deal guy